How you doing?
Rudy, was that you? Okay, can everybody see the PowerPoint up in slideshow presentation? Thumbs up.
Yes.
All right, awesome. All right, so welcome everybody to our 2021 popcorn kickoff. My name is Cisco Hernandez. I am your popcorn coach this year again for popcorn sales. Last year we did a pretty good, we had a pretty good year. We hope to continue, moving along with it and selling popcorn. Of course, that's our Boy Scout trademark, is the popcorns and all the goodies we have along with it. So let's get started. I know last year we had, I know Terrence, I believe I saw you in the meetings, Troop 76, y'all sold last year as well, correct?
Yes.
All right, so this should take care of, this should be a pretty straightforward presentation. Did I miss anybody else? Any other units? No? Okay. So this should be a pretty straightforward presentation. It's very similar to what we did last year. Trails End is still our distributor of popcorn, and they are the ones, what do you call it? Handling, of course, all of the prizes, sales, and everything that goes along with selling popcorn. Of course, why do we sell popcorn? Biggest reason is to fund our unit programs. It's very helpful, especially when you have different activities, and then of course your advancements takes care of a lot of additional items. Along with funding your units, funding your unit, it also helps the scouts build character. There's a bunch of awesome rewards that they can get from by selling, of course. And then, of course, also it not just for units, but also helps improve our camps and our council resources. Since the funding is very limited, so we want to make sure that everything keeps running. And of course, the more you fundraise, the more you have, you're able to bring into your unit. The less time you have to spend fundraising throughout the year. So it's a very, very excellent program. All right, next slide. All right. So of course, the popcorn, besides bringing in units and helping your scouts learn how to sell, it's also a business etiquette that they helps them learn. Helps them learn to make decisions. Helps them, especially the biggest thing, learn about money management and even count money. There's a lot of kids, even depending on their age group, there's some kids that have never really counted money. Yes, we do give our kids allowances and stuff, but some of them haven't really learned how to use money. So having them learn how to, make money management decisions, especially if you get them involved in with your booth sales or even individual sales, having them to set these goals, it allows them to expand their knowledge in that area of development in the business side. Of course, along with not just selling, but it also helps them develop a business ethic. We all train them, our scouts, to how to present themselves when it comes to how to talk to people, how to interact with people, how to create a business pitch. So a lot of the ethical things come up with that. And of course, a lot of them may become future entrepreneurs. They might like what they do, and they find that this is what they love to do, and become, take something out of business sales or something in sales, and learn from it. Okay. So a lot of as you go along and as you see your scouts progress throughout the years, you'll see a lot of personal growth. And you'll see different advanced opportunities and that are applied to advancement opportunities and service projects. This year, or continued again, the prizes are still the Amazon gift cards, based on the number of of sales on the points that they earned on the point system, they will earn, these availability of Amazon gift cards so that they can choose their own price. Okay. Okay. So of course, the selling the popcorn helps fund your programs that are related to all expenses and activities that you want your scouts to enjoy throughout this year. Of course, you can apply it to many different areas. One thing that I've helped in my unit when they sell popcorn, depending on the goal that we set, is that we help pay their membership dues. Of course, we know that membership dues are going up, have gone up in the last couple of years, and this helps pay towards that, so it's less money out of your parents' pockets. There's also a chance for them to read the Scout Life magazine. You can or to purchase the Scout Life magazine, and of course the other biggest thing that we do is, of course, for their advancements. It can go towards uniforms or patches or awards, which is their advancements. If you have large goals, you can set for end of year trip. I know right now with COVID it's a little bit difficult, but when we used to do some type of trip somewhere. Okay, but you can also make sure that if you're going on hikes, Christmas parties, blue and gold is another big one. Help pay for fees for Pinewood Derby. Anything along those lines. The less money that parents pay out of their pocket, the more you tell them, the more you sell, the less you'll have to pay out of pocket. You'll have a better opportunity for your scouts to go out and sell. Okay, so definitely set a goal for your unit, and then of course as well as for each scout. There is some content that you can download from Trails End. If you text my plan to 62771, they have a pamphlet on how to go about and selling $1,000 in product in under 8 hours. Besides texting it is also available under your unit leaders portal. Okay. There's always many ways to learn, even though that some of us have been doing this for years or a couple of years or even first timers. There is webinars available from Trails End. They have two different types of webinars. They have the new kernels webinars. Those are for first time kernels. And then you also have webinars for our experienced users. So that way they can concentrate more on content that is more geared towards your unit. Okay. Whenever you do start off selling for your popcorn, make sure you build a plan. Devise selling methods, of course, unit incentives, something that will, if they reach a goal, you get to do something to your pack leader, your scout master, or your cub master, things like that. Make sure you communicate well with your parents of what your goals are for that year, and of course of anything that's going on with sales, and of course hold some type of unit kickoff, so that way you inform all your parents and your scouts about the current items that you got that we're going to be doing this year with popcorn. Okay. If you have new scouts, invite them to register. If you have many returning scouts, they can continue using the same login as they did last year. So it makes it a lot easier for you. So let's work on your part. They're already registered. Okay. And, and then just, make sure you keep everybody informed. Have a little session for training with your scouts. And then this could include especially door-to-door sales, or even how to word text messages, emails, that way that they're sending out, so that they can have an idea of how to do many of these different types of sales that they're going to be doing. Okay. So make sure you register your unit. I believe everybody that we have on here is a registered unit. So if you sold popcorn last year, you're already one step ahead of the game. Okay. If you're not, you please make sure you register. Okay, I believe for the unit registration, you can either come through us or we'll send you the link on where to register. Okay, so here it is. So to register your unit, make sure you go to trails-n.com/unit-registration. Okay, this is for any new units. Any existing units do not need to go through this link. Okay, so everything's still existing from last year's sales or from last year's program. Okay. So of course, through the leader portal, this is a one-stop shop. It has everything that you need to do. I highly recommend that you manage everything through your leaders portal. I know many of us have been doing it the old-fashioned way with just paper and a spreadsheet and things like that. But honestly, you lose a lot of management if you don't do it through the Trails End leaders portal. Okay. So of course, this helps you allow to order popcorn, enter your price submissions, and enter each enter each of your unit and your scouts goals, and you can see if you track it in that fashion, especially with online sales. You can also manage your scout roster. You see real-time sales, which will honestly real-time means within the 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes that a sale is made. You get to see manage your inventory if you have any physical inventory, and of course any cash that's coming in and out through your unit. Okay, and of course it also allows you to do, if you have physical inventory, it allows you to do unit-to-unit product transfers, which we'll go over in a bit. Okay. Also, the biggest thing, of course, is to create and schedule storefront sites and shifts as well. All right, so make sure that you download. Now, the biggest difference between a leader portal and your scout portals is that with the leader portal, you are not able to use the Trails End app. So if you have a scout who is selling, or or any of your scouts that are going to be, doing their registration, their online sales or anything like that, make sure that they download the Trails End app. Okay. This is where they can manage a lot of basically their entire storefront per se. And they're able to do online direct sales, wagon sales, and also control their storefront booths. Okay. The awesome part about this year, which is continuing from last year, is that all credit card fees are being paid by Trails End. So this is not a cost that the council or your unit will incur. So for each credit card transaction fee or debit card transaction, the Trails End is paying for that fee. On average, based on the percentage wise, that's about a 3.25% fee that they're paying. Okay. New items for 2021 through Trails End is that they have an auto share feature. If you log into your unit, to your scouts app, this will be the first thing that pops up. The auto share allows you to share your store or share the link created specifically for your scout, and it lets you share it directly from your phone. So no more trying to enter email addresses or phone numbers or to send it as a text or anything like that. You can automatically do it directly from the app, and it will connect to your contacts, and you'll be able to share it in that direct method. Okay. There's also a monthly donation to American Heroes. So they created 2 formats, which they continued: the one-time donation, which starts out at $5 and moves on to, I believe, $250 or even higher. And then there's also what do you call it? A monthly subscription, which they can also, if someone doesn't want to buy popcorn, but they want to donate, honestly, this is a good way to gain sales. The subscription is a little bit more long-term. Of course, whoever you sell it to will be charged on a monthly basis. But if someone doesn't want to buy a $10, $20 bag of popcorn or whatever, and they still want to help because they're either allergic to popcorn or don't like popcorn or whatever reason, you can always push the donation to American Heroes. The dollars and points still counts as it was a popcorn sale, so it helps in that sense. There have been times where I've seen scouts get more money through the donations because they push for it than they would a popcorn, but it still counts. It still counts as a sale towards your unit, okay, towards that scout. Okay, and then they also have a recruit a scout. So you can recruit other friends and neighbors through the Trails End app. And then if you recruit a scout, so basically this means that they want to join scouting, either Cub Scouts or BSA, that they will be able to, get more information about joining. Okay, and you can, if you want more information about the app, as a quick start guide, you can go to tap app guide to 62771. And you'll be sent a link with that information. Okay, there's two ways to download the app. You can go through the App Store if you have an iPhone, or if you have an Android device, you can get on Google Play. I highly recommend that you put it on your phones. Just note that if you have a multi-scout family, like I do, you will have to create an individual username and password for each scout. Okay, so if you're going to sell for one, you're gonna have to log into it. If you're gonna make a sell for your second scout, you're gonna have to log out and then log back in with that scout's information. But just please remember that the app is primarily for the user end, which is Scout, and not for your leader portal. Your leader portal, it'll warn you. I've tried it. I tried to log in with my leader credentials, and it says this app is not for you. So please log into the website. To get to your leader portal, you have to do it through a web page. Okay, through either Chrome, Safari, or different, whichever your browser you prefer. Okay. So the Trails End Rewards this year starts off at 500 points. Like we said, it's a point system. The 500 points allows you to earn a $10 gift card and from Amazon, and then from there it continues to grow. It's I highly recommend that you push online online sales or use the credit card, because what this does is that gives your scout 1.5 points per dollar. Okay, if it's a cash transaction, they get only 1 point. So there's less work, less work involved when selling. What do you call it? Directly through online. So you'll get to your goal a lot faster doing it that route, and less amount of product depending on the goal that you're trying to set. Okay. One of the biggest goals that you can set, or that I like to set for my scouts, is try to get everybody at least to 500 points. It seems $10 gift card for 500 points doesn't seem too much, but honestly, it gives them a goal to set, and then that way you can, depending on the number of scouts you have, you can do more with it with your return. Okay. And as far as I know, one of the questions always comes up is this available? Can you send it to us? If you log in through your leader portal, I'll show you where this this flyer is at, so that way you can also have it electronically and you can pass it out to your parents. Okay. Of course, online direct is the easiest and safest way to for your scout to sell currently with the current situation of the pandemic. Your scouts do earn more points towards their rewards. It is available year-round. Online direct is available year-round, but not all of the products are available year-round. Just keep that in mind. Okay. It also allows that there's no handling of products or cash for your scout or unit. So when you do order on online direct, it gets shipped directly to your customer. Okay. So of course, take it in through the Trails End app. You can text the order to your customer so they can complete the purchase on their phone at their time when they need it. They have the option to do the donation of the monthly gift to the American Heroes, and also you can also share a QR code with your customer, so that way they can scan it, and then they can use that as your link. Okay. So it's very useful. If you used it last year, awesome. That's all I used last year. It was easy, manageable, and you just saw those orders come in, and one less thing you have to worry about. Okay. So there's two ways that of how the online direct works. One is through the virtual store. You share your fundraising page via email, text, or social media. Customers click on that link and to place your online orders, and then of course the product gets shipped to your customer. Then there's also the kit recorder, which you do directly through the start sale button at the bottom of the app. You record the customer's order in the Trails End app. You take the payment, debit or credit card, and then you process the order, and it will ship directly to your customer. Currently, right now, for online shipping, there is I guess what's it called? A promotion of free shipping right now of any order over $55. So $55 and over will qualify you for free shipping. We'll keep everybody, try to keep everybody in touch as to when that number changes throughout the selling season, because I know depending on the weekend, sometimes some Trails End will lower the price and you get better deals on shipping, on free shipping. Okay, so please keep track of your notifications or continue to check Trails End either on their social media or through the app about the free shipping offers. If you do not make the free shipping of the $55, to ship one item will cost $8.99. Any additional item that gets added to your order that is still under $55 will be an additional 99 cents. Okay, so if you order 2 products that are under $55, it's going to cost you $9.98 to ship that order to you. Okay, usually by the time you hit 3, more than likely you'll be over $55 for the shipping. Okay. So here's a little bit about the new auto share feature for the online direct. As you see on the far left, you have the auto share window that you're going to get popped up. You get to you can select your contacts, or you can select what type of campaign you want to do, and then on there it's gonna pop up the information that you want and that you have. Either I believe it asks for permissions to check your contacts, and then you'll be able to send it directly from your device. Okay, so I think it's a pretty neat feature, especially when you don't have to worry about whose number is what or whose number's typed in correctly. It gets sent directly to them. So that's a pretty neat feature that they've added. Okay, and of course, here's about the subscriptions for the American Hero donations. They have the monthly donation. It looks like $9, $19, and $29. And then you can add it to your shopping cart. This is something new that they added to the subscription. Of course, if you do want to do the one-time donation, that option is there available, and it's actually now available at checkout. I believe I played with it the other day, and it is now available during the checkout. Before, the American Heroes donation was only available as a product item that you select in your store. So it gives you the option to directly enter that donation now in the cart. Okay. Of course, the Trails End rewards. You will enter all of the rewards at the end of your selling, at the end of the selling season. So that way your scouts can get rewarded with their Amazon gift cards. It's a pretty quick and painless process. So as long as when you say you're ready to submit at the end of the selling season, you just go through your dealer portal and select the who has reach what levels, and say allow it to say redeem reward. Okay, once you redeem the reward, then you'll be able to they'll be able to receive their Amazon card within about a week or so. Okay. Of course, here's some simple steps to success. Always make sure your scouts, when they're out and selling, that they always wear their uniform and introduce themselves with a smile. Practice their popcorn sales speech. I know a lot of kids get shy when they go to door or meet with someone in person. And of course, if you get one thing that I do teach my scouts is that you will get more no's than yes. So even though that you're getting no's, excuse me, hold on. So even though that they may get more no's than yeses, that they always, you know, say thank you and then move on to the next customer, move on to your next door. Okay, it's a very surprising. So even though that you know, they may get, for every one yes, they may get 10 no's. So but always, you know, say thank you with a smile, and of course have them practice the speech. Here's an example of a speech below. Hi, my name is Cisco. I'm earning my way to summer camp, if that's what they're planning on using their money for. Can I count on your support? Although popcorn is delicious and you'll help fund my adventures in scouting. If you don't have any cash, don't worry, I can take credit cards. And honestly, that last sentence, that's the goal getter. Because many people always, well, I don't have any cash. Well, I take credit cards. We're in the new age where hardly anybody carries cash anymore. So that is always, you know, the kicker there. Okay, if it, you know, especially with that line. Right. Let's see, where am I? Okay, so here is our current lineup for this year. Now, this is, there's two lineups. You'll see that here is the current blazing hot popcorn. You'll see the salted caramel, the kettle corn, which is new this year. It's a $20 bag. There is, of course, our traditional $20 microwavable popcorn. There is the $20 white cheddar, and of course the caramel corn and the popcorn corn. Now, please be advised that what you see here on this lineup is a little bit different from what you see online. When you go into the app, you'll see additional items that are for sale, and also some of the prices may vary. Now, the only reason we're saying this is because we had, at the council, we had decided that we are going to allow in-person sales. Now, do you have to do in-person sales? No, you can keep everything digital without having to sell anything or having to have inventory in person. But if you do want to do in-person sales, there is an availability for you to pick up some inventory. Currently, right now, we have not ordered inventory, but we are looking into ordering a couple different items. The caramel popcorn for sure, but also we're going to be ordering a couple of the other larger bags and maybe some of the microwavable popcorn. Okay. The difference is that if we do order the microwavable popcorn, the online lists it for $25. Physical inventory has it for $20. Okay. Sale wise, from a salesman's perspective, you will want to sell the $25, especially online, for the points. But it will be an option. Rudy, did you want to fill them in on a little bit more on this?
Well, just keep in mind that right now the plan is to do the both the online and in person. But keep in mind that we also have to follow whatever the county tells us. So if they get a little more restrictive on in-person meetings or being able to have large groups, the way some of the troops and packs do it, where they meet up and they do sales in front of a H-E-B or a Walmart or different places around the valley, then just keep in mind that our hands would be tied behind our back, because we all have to follow whatever the county restrictions are at that time. So hopefully we don't have those restrictions and we're able to sell in person. And so just keep in mind that if that happens, it is up to the county. It wouldn't be up to the council, or the units if we could do that. And that's about it.
Thank you, Rudy. So even with doing storefronts, you will need to find, if you do decide to do a storefront, you will need to find your own location. Just be advised that coming from another scouting experience, a lot of the major storefronts are still not allowing anything to be sold out there in front of their doors. So one of the most successful things have been either local businesses or banks or things that will, or small locations that don't have that much traffic but will still allow you to sell. One item that has been doing a lot are drive-through booths, so that the customer doesn't get out of their vehicle, but the parent is like the runner, I guess, between the customer and the booth, to allow the sale to occur. Now, just just keep in mind the safety behind. It's kind of dangerous when you have a lot of cars going through, but keep in mind the safety of the drive-through, and of course the safety of your scouts and your parents if you do decide to do in-person sales. Okay. So of course, Trails End does have a Facebook group that you can join, like their page. They do have a lot of information rolling through the Facebook, just different ideas that you might have, or different ideas that other units do. It's always a great place to go in and check that out. You'll be directly connected to Trails End. Their staff are actually responding to many of their things, so it's not just some random person like an Amazon review where somebody random. It's actually Trails End responding back to it, and there's many great ways to share with that, share ideas on that in the Facebook groups. Okay. Of course, I am your main council contact for the popcorn. I'm your popcorn coach, so you can reach me at ciscofh@gmail.com. The easiest way I would highly suggest you get a hold of me is through my cell phone, either text or a phone call at 956-451-4656. Okay. Here's a list of a bunch of the webinar, a location where you can find the webinars. I'll also show you here in a minute about the different webinars. Okay, and how to actually grab some of the information. Let me open it to. Actually, let me finish some items real quick as far as that I've missed on the slides before I open it up. As far as sales, if you saw on the first page, the sales are basically, you can already start your units now, and we will go through December 11th. December 11th, technically, you can continue selling till the end of the year. But as far as ending your sales, you will need to close out this calendar year before December 31st. Okay, so December 11th is a safe bet. So that way you can collect any money if you need to collect any money, push any last minute sales, and then also give you time to make sure that you submit your scouts awards, their Amazon cards, in a timely manner. Also, another biggest thing is that if you need your money for, of course, recharter or anything like that, it gives you time to collect that money into your bank account, because it gets directly deposited into your bank account when you register your account, and then that way you can use it for recharter. Okay, or for whatever else you're going to be using it for. Okay. Let me come up to my other screen. We have, okay, so here we go. Share this. Where'd it go? All right, so we have, so here's the webinar registrations. They have different webinars that you can attend different days. Some of these, just check out the times and look up here for the time zone so you don't get it confused, that you can register for. Here are the two different types of trainings you can register for. The new Kernel training, okay, and then which is of course for our first timers. If for our experts, they don't offer too many, but you have some ideas here. So these are the returning Kernel trainings. I would highly suggest you go through these and at least see if you can get any newer ideas on how to sell. Hold on. Got one person just joined. So please check these out. Okay. If you want to register a scout, if you don't see them on your roster, please tell them to go to the Trails End website, click the register button here at the top. Okay, and then that way they can register as either the the parent or the scout. Okay, to sign in. So because I know especially at troop level, sometimes the scouts take control of the of their sales instead of the compared to the Cub Scouts, where the parents are handling the account. Okay. All right, so here's what I was telling you earlier about. I'm in the what do you call it, the kernel or the leaders section of the web page. If you click here on the training, you'll have plenty of other videos that you can check out. They give you a bunch of ideas. As far as the PDFs, here are some guides that give you some ideas of other things that are going on. And of course, here is the main one, which are your rewards flyers. And anything else that you want to do, they have hangers that you want to hang on the door, which you can add they can print out the QR code and somebody can use that for their links. And then the different other, of course, things that you might want to use or check out. There's a bunch of media here on the training. Okay. Also, one of the other things that we discussed about was, of course, the rewards. So make sure you click here on the rewards, and when you're finishing, when you're done for the year, make sure that you submit your rewards. Okay, so it'll automatically calculate it. When you're done, all you have to do is click here on this blue button. It will turn a dark blue, and it will allow you to do that. The other thing one thing that we missed last year to discuss is to make sure that you register your bank account to receive your monies, and that you where is it? There is, oh, there it is, under I believe it's the unit info. Click here on the manage. If you go into the unit info, go into manage unit bank account, and then this will allow you to enter your bank account information. This is the primary way that Trails End will send you your money. If for some reason you don't have a bank account, you can request a check, but it's going to take some time to get that check, and we will have to contact Trails End for them to submit that check for you. But usually when you submit your bank account information, once you submit it takes about a day or two to process, about a day overnight to process. Once you're done selling for that year, it will take them about, and you submit your end of sales, it will take about 3 days, 3 to 7 days for it to show up in your bank account. So it's a lot faster than waiting on a check. Okay. Okay, now let's go ahead and open up for any questions that anybody may have. Okay, we have a chat right here. Council able to confirm whether or not local bank would allow drive-through sales days. I have not reached out to any other banks. You might want to check in your, we'll get some words if we can, but a lot of it will be done primarily by each unit. So each unit will be responsible for gathering sites. We weren't at the council level. I think with the spike in cases, we didn't want to put that risk out there.
The banks that are friendly to the council are IBC Bank, Rio Bank, Texas Regional Bank, First Community Bank. Those are the ones that have support the council. So I'm pretty sure if a unit leader reaches out to them, again, depending on the policies that they have, each bank has on COVID restrictions, they might be able to help us out.
The percentages are still same as last year. We're receiving 73% back, and then the units will get 35%. Correct, Rudy?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Units get, they were getting 33%. We've increased it to 35.
Okay. Any other questions? And we have a lot of veterans on the call, so.
We will post this training on our YouTube channel and also on Facebook. And so like that, if some of the parents want to watch this, or some of the scouts, you'll be able to go online and download it, or they can watch it from YouTube or from Facebook.
Yeah. And also, if you're having any issues with logins, orders, or anything having to do with the Trails End app, please feel free to contact me. I can be your middleman with between Trails End and yourself. And sometimes some of the things that you might be experiencing problems with, it might be just a simple click or miscommunication that you have on your end. Okay. Well, that's all I have for everybody this afternoon. Oh wait, would you suggest units just creating a general account instead of a single Scout account? The tricky part about that is that if I would still recommend that you create a single Scout account for each Scout in case they do decide to do individual sales. But if you're going to be selling as an entire unit, you can create a per se dummy Scout and have that as your main seller if you want to order in advance. So the tricky part is that when you come down to, if you're going to do the Amazon gift cards or anything like that, you need to make sure that your parents are in agreement about what you do with those sales or anything that gets thrown in with that.
So I think the easiest thing, Cisco, is for each Scout to have their own setup, and like that, when they're using their cell phones, then they can actually take their payments and orders over their phone, right?
Right.
Okay, any other questions for Cisco? Okay, I see one there. Cisco, please join us at Roundtable Thursday.
Yes, I'll try to make it.
And I guess once we get the recording, Cisco, if we can share that with Mike Henry, and he can share that on the chat for the roundtable, so they can go and view the training.
Yes. All right. Well, that's all I have for everybody this afternoon. If there's not any more questions, we're free to go.
Thank you, Cisco.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Everybody have a good night.
Good night.